What's up YouTube, it's your boy Nash here, welcome back to the channel. Now before we get started with this week's episode of Yu-Gi-Oh's Biggest Issue, the road to 200 subs has now come to a close and we're now on the road to 500 subs. Who knows, maybe we might hit 500 subs by the end of the summer, only time will tell. But as I have said in previous videos, if this channel does get to 500 subs, I will open up this Korean LOB booster box in its entirety on the channel that I got from my partners at Collector Store. So be sure to check them out. Link and address will be in the description below. By checking them out, not only does it support them, it also supports the channel, and I would greatly appreciate it. On the hopes to potentially pull a Blue Eyes White Dragon, a Dark Magician, a Red Eyes Black Dragon, a Piece of Exodia, Monster Reborn, Pot of Greed. The possibilities are out there. However, if this channel gets to 1,000 subs, I will open up this first edition Toon Chaos box in its entirety on the channel that I also got from my partners at Collector Store, on the hopes to potentially pull a collector's rare out of this set, much similar to what I pulled out of my Genesis Impact box that I opened up last year, which is this Beat Cop from the Underworld. This thing looks absolutely beautiful, you guys. With all of the newer decks that are coming out in sets like Maze of Millennia and Phantom Nightmare, this card is definitely worth picking up because this is gonna go up in price over time at some point. But I will be getting this card graded though, but I never came up with a good opportunity to do so. But with that being said, if you guys want to see these boxes get opened, maybe you guys want more episodes of WWE's Biggest Issue. Maybe you guys want more episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh's Biggest Issue. Deck profiles, card discussions, WWE topic videos, or maybe, just maybe, you guys want some premium live event predictions and results. Well, if you guys want all of that and more, my channel is the place to be. So if you guys are new to the channel, and I know that a lot of you guys are, because more than 80% of you guys are watching the content, but you guys aren't even subscribed. And to top it all off, we got to get more women to watch the content as well. So if you guys are watching the content, you like the content, and you want more of the content, but you guys haven't subscribed as of yet, then make sure you guys do indeed subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, smash that thumbs up button on this video, and as always, make sure you guys are following me on all of my social media. My ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And I want you guys to post in the comments below answering the question of the day, which in a way it does tie with this week's episode. But the question of the day is this: which anime character would you guys like to see get their cards printed finally in the TCG? Let me know down in the comments below. And for today's video, that's pretty much what we are going to be talking about today, are the 5 anime characters that need their cards to be printed finally in the TCG. Now, funny enough, we've gotten cards from pretty much every single person in the franchise, from Yugi to Kaiba to My Valentine. I think for her deck, I think there's maybe one, like 2, maybe 3 cards missing. And then we've gotten her deck dealt with. There's also Jack's cards, Yusei's cards, Crow. We've gotten cards from pretty much everybody except for a few. And ironically enough, they're all from the Waking the Dragons arc of the DM anime. So I'm not going to waste any time. Let's get straight into it with the first person that definitely deserves their cards to get printed in the TCG, and it's actually none other than Valen. I mean, when you really think about Valen, he's probably between every single character, or sorry, villain, if you will, that was in Waking the Dragons arc, Valen was probably one of the most respectful um characters of the entire anime of the entire anime, because when you really think about it, Valen was a man of honor. He would honor pretty much every single duel that he had, and I mean that's pretty much all there is to it. I mean he took his opponents literally head on. So the cards that are missing from his deck are Active Guard, Advanced Shield, Big Bang Blow, Black Hole Shield, Burning Knuckle, Buster Pile, Double Cloth Armor, Jet Gauntlet, Overboost, Psychic Armor Head, Trap Buster, Armored Gravitation, Data Brain, Full Armor Gravitation, and Phoenix Gravitation as well. And then of course you have Magnet Armor and Extinction Fist. So those are the only cards that are missing. We already have the Seal of Orichalcos. We've got Kishido Spirit, and we even also have Monster Reborn. And from what I'm seeing here, he also had My Body as a shield, which I think it was part of the manga. If I remember correctly. I could be wrong on that, but excuse me. But those are the cards that are missing, and this is something that fans have been wanting for years. Excuse me. They've been wanting his cards to be printed for years. Ever since they dropped that season, ever since they released that season, fans all over the world have been wanting Valen's cards to be printed, but unfortunately that did not come to pass. Even now, it still has yet to come to pass. Which is a bit frustrating, but it is what it is. But I definitely feel like with Valen's cards getting printed, if that were to happen, there's no telling how crazy fans are gonna be when they see the cards get printed. But coming in next up is probably the most obvious. Darts. Since we're on the topic of the Awaken the Dragons arc, Darts cards, we're still missing quite a few cards from his deck. I think there's only a couple that we do have in the TCG, which are the Divine Serpent, Orichalcos Shunaros, Time Eater, and the Seal of Orichalcos. Those are the only cards that we have of Darts. We're still missing a lot. We are missing a lot. We're missing Orichalcos Dexia, Orichalcos Aristeros, Orichalcos Gygas, Orichalcos Kitora, Malevolence. We're also missing Impact Revive, which is a really hilarious card. There's also we're missing Mirror Knight Calling, Twin Bow Centaur, Orichalcos Mirror, Orichalcos Deuteros, Orichalcos Tritos, and also Martyr Curse, which, funny enough, Martyr Curse is a bit of a funny card. Funny enough, it's pretty funny, but when you really think about it, it's actually kind of a crazy card. Because the effect reads, when a monster you control is destroyed, force one of your monsters and one of your opponent's monsters to battle. At this time, your opponent cannot activate their monster effects. So in a way, it's sort of like negation. Funny enough, it's sort of like negation, which is pretty insane. So we are definitely missing those cards. Not much else to say about that. But also but also too, there are also 3 others that we're missing cards from. And for this next one, if you haven't figured it out, it's actually Joey Wheeler. Now I know what you're thinking. You guys are thinking, wait a minute, Joey, don't we have all of his cards already? No, unfortunately we don't. Because we are still missing a lot of cards. And most of them, they're actually from seasons 4 and 5. And I'm actually scrolling down here on the Yu-Gi-Oh! Wiki website to try and see. Here we are. Joey Wheeler's decks. Here we are. So, funny enough, there are actually quite a few that we're missing. Duelist Kingdom, Battle City. I think we've gotten all the cards from Battle City from the first season. Yeah, we've got all these. The only one we're missing. So, okay, so here we are, Waking the Dragons. Let's see. We've gotten those. Fiber Jar. Jinzo. Fiend Mega Cyber Time Wizard. Okay, so we have pretty much all of those. I think it's just the... I think it's... Okay, here we are. Okay, so there are a couple cards that we are missing. We're missing Roll of Fate, Star Blaster, Big Bang Dragon Blow, Aura Armor, Celebration of Creation, Compensation Mediation, Take One Chance, Vow of Tribe, and then I think we are also missing the some cards from the Grand Championship, which are Brigadier of Landstar, Grappler of Landstar, Knight of Landstar, let's see here. Hyper Refresh, Landstar Shot, Landstar Forces, and Silver Dollar. So there are quite a few cards that we're missing from Joey. Funny enough, those are the cards that we are missing. Ironically enough. So and also too, funny thing is that there have been some rumors going around that all those cards that I just mentioned for Joey, there's been a lot of rumors that his cards are going to be printed in the upcoming Animation Chronicles set, or as we call it here in the TCG, Battles of Legend. There's been a lot of rumors saying that those cards are going to be printed in that set. So once we have the first batch of cards for Battles of Legend, I will be talking about that on the channel. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. But still, there's a lot of cards that we're missing from Joey, and I'm hoping that we can probably see them. See them in Battles of Legend, or at least in like future sets, like over time. But for the most part, we are going to be seeing them in Battles of Legend, but we will have to wait and see. But next up, we actually have Raphael. Yeah, Raphael. Ironically enough, there are still a couple cards missing from his deck. And if my memory serves correct, some of them we don't even have at all. Um, Here we are. Okay, so so for Raphael's cards, the only ones that were missing backup Gardner, Aid to the Doomed, um, Aid to the Doomed, Nightmare Binding, Obedience. I think Obedience we're missing. Orichalco Sword of Sealing, Purity of the Cemetery, Rescuer from the Grave, Self Tribute, Spell of Pain. I think we have that one already. Um, and then let's see. Crystal Seal, Guardian Force, Guardian Formation, Limit Tribute, and Spirit Hunting. So there are some cards that we're missing, and honestly, I can honestly say that if we get those cards printed in the TCG, like potentially like perhaps in a structure deck, which I don't see happening at all. Honestly, that would be pretty cool to pick up. um because at this point we're because at this point there are so many cards missing from the anime. I know that we do get them from, out of sets like Maze of Millennia, Maze of Memories, and also Battles of Legend, but we've gotten them from a few core sets over the last couple of years, and honestly, maybe with Raphael's cards we might see them printed in a core set or potentially in Battles of Legend, but we'll have to wait and see. But the last one, if you haven't guessed it, it's none other than Alistair. Funny enough, it's none other than Alistair, and not gonna lie, I think I think there are some cards from Alistair that we're missing, but if my memory serves correctly, I think some of them we already have, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong here. I'm gonna try and keep going backwards. Valen. Here we are. Maybe Valen? Let's see. I'm gonna try and go backwards. Here we are, Alistair. Here we are, Alistair. Let's see if we can get to him. There we go. Okay, so Alistair, there are some cards that we are missing from him, but I think most of them we already have. I'm gonna have to take a look. Let's see. Here we are. Let's see. So we are missing Gorlag. We're missing Gorlag, Atonic's Flame, Contagion of Madness, Fire Whip. So we are missing those. And then of course you got his quote unquote army deck, which we have some of them already. Spell Counselor we have. I think Cyber Soldier of Dark World, Science Soldier, Kinetic Soldier, but I think Kinetic I don't remember what they were all called, but we do have those. we um let's see here. Emergency provisions we already have. So the only ones that we're missing are are Air Fortress Ziggurat, KC-1 Creighton, Junk Dealer, Sky Union, Toy Robot Box, Soldier Revolt, and Tank Corps. Those are the only cards that we're missing from Alistair. And honestly, I don't know if we're again with all those cards that we're missing. I don't know if we're gonna be getting them. I don't know, and I don't honestly, I don't even know if I ever did a video similar to this on the channel. So if I did, I apologize. But I wanted to bring this up because there are so many cards missing from so many people in the entire franchise. In fact, I think also there might be a couple from GX, maybe one or two from 5Ds. I know that there's a few from Zexel. I know that we're missing quite a few from Arc 5. Vrains, I think we have pretty much everything from Vrains. As far as sevens go, obviously Rush Duel isn't in the TCG. There's been rumors that Rush Duel could make its way into the TCG, but who knows? But honestly, as of right now, those are the 5 that we are missing cards from. Hopefully we do get them printed. Obviously, yes, there is Mai, but the only card that's missing from her deck, I think, is Harpy Lady Sparrow formation, and I think that's it. I think that's it. Everything else we already have. We already have Harpy's Pet Dragon. We've got Harpy Lady. We got Cyber Harpy. We already have all those cards, so there's really no point in bringing her up. But there are still a couple cards missing from her deck. But I don't know if we're going to be getting them in the TCG. They might just end up remain like anime cards, but only time will tell. But with that being said, that will do it for this week's episode of Yu-Gi-Oh's Biggest Issue. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys want more episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh's Biggest Issue in the future, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and follow me on all of my social media. My ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.